Into the cloud. Okay, hi guys, welcome. Happy Monday. Happy July 20th. How in the world is it July 20th? I don't know. I feel like I've literally, as far as like doing things this year, I've like gone nowhere. Obviously, it's something called COVID-19. You may have heard of it. But I was on a walk with my husband and I thought, we haven't done anything fun this year. And he's like, oh, you think? I'm like, well, just walking around this fucking neighborhood still, I guess. Maybe someday we'll be able to get out of here and hopefully go on a Disney retreat. But if you don't know, we just had our virtual summit. Obviously, we could not be in New Orleans, which I was really sad about because all weekend my phone told me I was in New Orleans, but I was not. I was right here. And so I think that they did an incredible job of hosting it virtually. Obviously, it was a first for everyone, and I think they just knocked it out of the park. One thing I wasn't aware of is that they had special trainings in the roundtable, which is for 5-star diamonds and above, and I thought they were absolutely incredible. If you haven't watched the summit trainings or the opening or closing session, those are in the Beachbody Champions page. If you haven't watched the Team Rockstar Fit Day training, that is in Team Rockstar Fit. If you're not in there, ask your coach to add you to that. Me and all of the premier coaches for 2020 got to present. Trina did an opening. It was awesome. There was tons of recognition. It was really, really great. So much to learn. So we're going to do a summit recap on all of the stuff that's coming out, just so you're up to date. If you ever need to know what's going on with Beachbody, you have this thing called a Coach Online Office. It will literally tell you anything you need to know. When promos start, when promos end, when products are coming out, when programs are coming out. That is all in your back office. If you need to know what Diamond is, that's in your back office. So utilize the back office anytime you're like, wait, are they coming out with this new product? Yep, just go look in your back office under either Coach Breaking News or the FAQ. You literally just type whatever you want in the search bar and it should come up. So I am going to share my screen and we are going to do a summit recap. Okay. Of course, now that I'm trying to present to you guys, it's not working. All right, here we go. Oh God. Oh gosh, we're going too fast here. Okay, so Summit recap. So if you don't know, Summit is our annual event. Every year it's in a different place. 30,000 coaches go to the city. We literally take over the city. They house us in a giant stadium, typically where the NFL team for that city plays because there's so many of us. It is like 3 days of nonstop craziness. It is training from corporate, training from top coaches. You get to work out with the super trainers. If you're lucky, you get to meet them and take pictures with them. They do all kinds of recognition, basically for everything that you achieved in the previous year or up until a certain date in that year, you get recognized for at Summit. They crown the Beachbody Challenge winners. These are the 2 people who win $100,000 for their best transformations. It is very emotional. They do all kinds of stuff. They let us know about new programs and everything coming out. It is a great way to meet your team outside of these little squares. Yes, it is an investment, but it is so worth it. And you will probably hear from now until the end of time on national wake-up calls, many coaches attribute going to Summit really creating the vision for what is possible in their business. And there's just no replacement for being at live events. Now, obviously, we could not be there, but we got to watch all the stuff behind a computer screen, and I feel like it was almost as good as if we were there. Okay, so coming out is a pre and postnatal from Elise with Bar Blend. Okay, so this is going to be in the Beachbody On Demand library in August. This is not a separate charge. If they're already a BOD member, it was just going to be added to the BOD library in August. Okay, now if they're not BOD members, obviously they need to buy BOD in order to access this, but it's going to be low impact workouts for pre and postnatal mamas. Okay, and Elise even got some kind of special certification so she could create this. They also, I believe she said 60 different meditation or affirmation videos on top of that. So that's all going to be added to the BOD library. Again, you can go in your Coach Breaking News and look at those FAQs to see all of the nitty gritty for all the new programs that are coming out. But this is a great thing to offer for people who maybe are pregnant or just postpartum. This would be a great place for them to start while still getting all the workouts with BOD. Okay. 30-Day Breakaway is Idalis's running program that is coming into for purchase for coaches October 5th. And then customers can start purchasing on October 19th. So if you live in Oregon, you're going to be running and it's going to be freezing. If you live in California, you might have some better luck, but this is a running program, 30 days, 6 days a week. It also incorporates strength training. So it is proven that runners who incorporate strength training have better results, better run times. So they made a program specifically for that. Every person who finishes this program and sends in their results gets a medal. So a 5K medal. Typically when you send in your results, you get a tank top. This one, you get a medal. So this, if you are a runner, this would be a great way for you to get people who are runners and who maybe don't do BOD workouts interested in doing a BOD workout. If you're not a runner, this would be a great way for you to become one if you're interested in that. I am not a runner, but I am going to try this because I think I can't really say I don't like something unless I try it. So I'm going to try this, but this could be a huge way for you to get your community interested in doing these workouts with you. You guys could even all do a huge run together for your final 5K. That is the last day of the program. You will complete a 5K. What an incredible way to get your team together and do something together and invite your community to do it along with you. Could be a great way for you to boost your business in October. For all those people that are saying that they can't work out because, you know, there's 3 holidays in the fall, this could be a great way for you to get them going. Okay. And then we were all very, very excited about 9-week Control Freak. There is not a ton of information on this yet. We do know that July success starters get to be in this test group. I'm very jealous and I wish I could go and somehow hit success starters this month so I could be in this group. So if you can lock it in this month, you get to be in this test group. I would sign up whoever you got to sign up to make this happen. 9-week program from Autumn. I believe it's 5 days a week. It will be strength training, all kinds of things going on with it. There's like a ball, all kinds of stuff going on. There's not a ton of information, but I believe they said coach exclusive access will start in January, but full access for everyone will be January 4th, I think. More info coming soon, but this is going to be awesome. I love when they have a new program ready in January to get people to go. But if you want people to want to do this with you in January, you got to start going hard in the paint now. Because if you think like, oh, I'll just take the fall off and then everyone will want to sign up for me for New Year's resolutions, that never happens. So if you can stay consistent from now until the end of time, you will have an awesome January. But if you think you're just going to have an awesome January because people want to sign up for New Year's resolutions, it's not going to happen. So you have to stay consistent now in talking about upcoming things that are coming and get people interested and let them know that you are the person when they're ready on December 26th because they don't feel good, that they want to sign up with you so they can kick off your January 4th group. Okay. And then also, I wasn't too excited about this. I was hoping we would get a new flavor, but pumpkin spice is back on September 2nd. And then peppermint mocha, which I know many of you will be excited about because you guys love peppermint mocha, is coming November 2nd. These are limited edition. When they're gone, they're gone. These cannot be ordered on Home Direct. They cannot be ordered with challenge packs. They're just one-time orders, so they don't satisfy your 90 PV for Success Club, just so you know. But if you want it, order it when it comes out, because like a lot of you felt with salted caramel, it was gone that day. And if you missed it, then you missed it. So these will be back. You know, this is a great way to get new people interested who maybe haven't tried Shakeology or don't want to try a full bag. These seasonal flavors are a great way to get new customers in the door. And if they love it, you can even do, I've done a pumpkin spice group every year where I just simply share fall recipes and craft stuff for 7 days. It's a great little free thing to give anyone who orders. You can do the same thing with peppermint mocha. You can offer them a free holiday group or whatever you want to do. Lots of different ways to get people interested in this, but the only way to get people interested is to talk about it, and talk about it a few weeks before it comes out. If you're waiting till it comes out and then it's gone, you should have a plan and leverage launches as they're coming. So MBF comes out for customers next week. You could literally have an awesome July if you just spend this next week getting people ready to sign up for MBF next Monday. Okay. So they announced next Coach Summit is St. Louis. Like, Lord willing, we get to go and COVID stays in 2020 and we get to go to St. Louis, Missouri, I believe, next year. Never been there. Chloe saw this picture and she said, I go there. And I was like, yeah, because Mama's going to walk across the stage and you're going to come watch me. So get yourself there. I know it's an investment. We all share hotel rooms. It is so fun. Here's some pictures from some past summits in Indianapolis. It is just so awesome to be there with your team and have this experience. And there's no greater way to show people the power and the community of coaching than being at live events. So I know it's a year from now, who knows what life's gonna look like, but if you can just say, I'm going to be there 1 year from now, it will be worth it, that I promise you. Ashley wanted to share her post-summit story from her first year. She's been a coach for longer than a year, but she wanted to share her story with us.
Yeah, okay, so I know that we're gonna be talking about goal setting, getting into here shortly. And as we go into this, I wanted to share with you, if you haven't already watched the trainings, please go back into your Coach Online office once corporate loads them. I don't know how long it'll take them to load them, and maybe they're in there now. But when I went to my first summit, I was probably in a coach about 8 months. And then when I came home from summit, we had the last half of the year, same scenario that you guys are in. And I was on fire because I took the stuff that I learned, and then I had a plan of action, and I took the action. I had some people that believed in me, and I had a vision, but the vision and the plan have got to be tied together, because if you just wing the next 6 months, 7, whatever, how many months we have, 5.5 months. All right. It's not, you're just going to, your results will be winging it. So what happened was I did 100% of, my work in the first half of the year. The second half of the year, I tripled my results in the second half of the year. And at the time, you only need to be elite. You only need to be 2-star that my first year. Hit elite, got the points, the 100 whatever points you needed. And but only because I plugged in and to the trainings with like this. I had a plan, and I had belief breathed into me by my teammates. And the days that I felt like I was had doubt, I just remembered that doubt and that fear that I'm not good enough, maybe I was kind of slacking off this week or this day, or I had a couple of no's and I lost my momentum for a second. I just remembered that I have this plan. These doubts and these fears are going to creep up all the time, every day. Danny and I, everybody, we have these fears like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling overwhelmed. And like it almost suffocates you for a second. But the more self-aware that you can be that's going to happen. All of us have that. Let it sit with you, look back at your plan and just say, okay, these feelings of overwhelm, fear, not good enough, I've lost my mojo, all of that stuff, just follow the plan. If you don't have a plan, then get one. And that's what we're here to do tonight. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys.
Yes, I love that. We've all heard that failure to plan is planning to fail. If you have a plan, which is your tracker, follow whatever tracker you want. Whether you follow the Boss Babes one, whether you follow the one that you've created yourself, you follow the one that Beachbody created, whatever you got to do, you got to be following some kind of system. Like she said, if you're winging it, your results are going to be all over the place, right? So if you know what you're doing in the activities, that way you can figure out what is not working and what is. If you're just winging it, you don't know who you're talking to, you don't know who you need to follow up with, you don't know who you're inviting, who you're sending share cards to, who you're signing up. If you don't know anything and you're just relying on Facebook and Instagram Messenger as you're tracking, you gotta find another system because people will fall through the cracks. Okay, so have some kind of system so you know what you're doing, because a lot of times we tell ourselves, oh, I'm doing that. Oh, I'm sending out connections. Oh, I'm chatting with people all the time. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just chatting with all the ladies on your team and they're already coaches. So they're not going to be buying anything or joining your team because they're already on a team. So make sure that you have a plan. One of the best things that ever happened to me was 3 years ago. Vito ran a recruiting party, as he called it, for the last 3 months of the year. And it was required that you had to start 50 new conversations a week. Well, I had never done that in the 2 years prior to being a coach. And I just simply got an Excel spreadsheet and started writing down who I was talking to. And the results were incredible. And it didn't happen that first month, but the second and third month, I won the whole gosh dang thing. And guess what? He paid for my ticket to fly me to New Leaders Conference. Because I showed up and I did the work that was required of me, I got the reward. So I didn't just think I was doing the work and wondering why I wasn't signing up any coaches or why no one was buying challenge packs. I was actually doing the work. And starting new conversations is not invites. It's just connecting with people, engaging, doing what you're supposed to be doing on social media, which is being social and having fun and connecting with people. That's the most fun. When you connect with someone on social media and maybe it leads to an invite, maybe it doesn't, but that's when I find I have the most fun. I have this girl, she's awesome and beautiful, and she's a mom of 3 boys, and we call each other the Tan Trash Sisters, and it's hilarious. Don't know her, never met her, but we have a great freaking time talking to each other on Instagram, right? And that's what makes this business fun, okay, is the people that you're going to connect with. Maybe she'll become a customer. I don't know. I've invited her. She blows me off every time, but hey, whatever. I'm having a great time with her, okay? All right, back to the presentation. Let me get back here. Okay, I want to share my takeaways from the roundtable presentations. I thought they were absolutely incredible. We heard from Amy Silverman. We heard from Sammy Glonick. We heard from Danielle Natoni. We heard from Melanie Mitro. And it was freaking awesome. Can you guys see that?
And Trent.
Oh yeah, and Trent Shelton was the keynote speaker. Okay, so here are these takeaways that another girl on our team wrote up, and I thought they were just awesome. So Melanie talked about filling your buckets and that you have to make sure that every single day, again, you're not winging your business, that you have these buckets of people that you're constantly filling up. Because what happens when you don't is then you hit Success Club 20 and then the next month you hit 0 because you had a lot of momentum, but then you stopped filling your buckets because you thought that momentum was going to keep you rolling forever. And then you're like, wait, why am I so up and down with my momentum? So from now until the end of time, consistency is going to be your superpower. So and I will tell you, consistency will always beat out short bursts of intensity. Okay, so Melanie talked about transitioning yourself from challenge group, offering discounts, to really harnessing the power of the business. And that comes from filling these buckets and simply sharing your vision over and over and over again to attract the type of people who are going to want to do those things alongside you and for themselves as well. So filling your buckets with potential customers, right? Like, so these are people that you're engaging with, potential coaches and customers, right? People you're engaging with on social media just to engage and be social, right? Like, we're never putting like, oh, I'm only talking to them because I'm hoping to sign them up. Maybe you'll sign them up, maybe you won't, but just go in with to be a genuine, nice person, right? Again, that's what makes it more fun. And then making sure that the people who are saying yes to you and investing in you are getting results, okay? Making sure that when people say yes, that you're not just throwing them in a group and then forgetting about them, that you're checking in with them, right? How are their workouts going? How are they liking their Shakeology? Making sure if they don't like your Shakeology that they cancel so they don't get charged again and you don't get a return. Or if they're not making it right, like help them with recipes. All small things that we could be doing to make our lives and make their experience so much better, right? And then taking care of your current coaches on your team by making sure that they have best practices in place, that you're constantly helping them see a bigger vision for their business. And if you're constantly filling these 3 buckets, then you'll always have movement in your business, okay? Sammy Glonick, they said she is the fastest superstar to diamond in company history. They've never had a coach go from superstar to superstar diamond 2 faster than she has. She literally finished superstar diamond 1 qual, went into superstar diamond 2 qual, and then hit it. So yeah, pretty fast. And she said that the way that she recruits more working coaches is to talk about the work on social media. I feel like we've heard that somewhere before. I don't know. But she said to talk about it on social and to share your excitement about the business and where you're going, and that people gravitate towards growth. So again, excellent people are not going to get in the car with average people. So where are you going in this business? And your grand plans is your grand plans. It doesn't have to be anyone else. So where are you going in the business? You know, Hannah said she got invited by another coach, and that girl was just kind of like, I don't really know what I'm doing with it. So she didn't want to go with someone who was like, I don't really know what I'm doing with this, right? So where are you going? Are people watching you aware of your goals and what your plans and your value that you're going to offer to them? Okay. And then she said for mentoring, her biggest change was putting her coaches in message pods and just working with them there. And that she does an Emerald and Up call every Tuesday that she has her and some of the diamond leaders lead. And they just talk about struggles and help their coaches bridge that gap from Emerald to Diamond faster. And then she sets a day each week for just one-on-one time. And these one-on-one calls are like 15 minutes, she said, to just talk about, you know, anything that coach needs to go over. And that duplication really mattered, and that a lot of her diamonds were people that were already on her team. So are there people that are already on your team that maybe didn't have the best start, or maybe ready now that they've been a coach for a little while? Like, it was just great. She's like, don't discount anyone. Give everyone the chance to run, and then those who want to will, and don't worry about the ones who don't. Okay. Danielle Natoni talked about duplication. And she said that, you know, obviously the key to success is duplicating more success, right? But that duplication doesn't mean creating a carbon copy of you. That we're all doing the same behaviors, but we're all going to do it in our own special way. So yes, we're all posting and sharing our experience. We're all talking about the same products that we're using, but everyone's going to share it in their own unique way. So allowing people to have their own unique flavor and not try to make everyone post, look, talk, speak like you, because that's not authentic to them. Right? So allowing them to just do it how they want to do it. You can give them tools and tips and ideas, but at the end of the day, let them run the race that they're running If they need more guidance and help, of course, you're there to help them. But the point is to create success that's genuine to them, right? So let them do that. And then finally, Amy Silverman talked about, after being a 7-time top 10 coach, and now, you know, she's about to have a second baby, that her goals have kind of changed. Like, she just felt like she couldn't really keep up anymore with the race of top 10, and that she had to find a way to make the business exciting for her that didn't include these huge accolades, right? So she was a 9-star diamond for a long time, and she let the limiting belief that if she asked her team to push for superstar, that they wouldn't be on board, or that they would feel like superstar was just for her, or da-da-da-da. And she had to really get over that and just see that, no, the more diamonds we have on the team, that's more leaders, that's more success, that's more people working their way to financial freedom. Of course, they hit superstar, and they are superstar now. So obviously she got over that. But she basically kind of had to make a new success plan based off of her new season of life. So it's okay if you come in with small goals and now you have huge goals, or you came in and you were running really fast and maybe you've slowed down. It's okay. We're all running our own race. And I think that's really important, that whatever success looks like for you, you can go after that, right? You don't need to apologize for wanting more. You don't need to apologize for wanting to achieve a big dream in this business. You don't need to apologize for wanting to have residual income, which, you know, that's what she said. She's like, our main goal is to have residual income, but I just can't compete with these newer coaches coming in and running the race of trying to be top 10 every year again. And she even said, you know, the last 2 years she's had to turn down the top 10 trip, and she's like, it's just heartbreaking. She's like, so, you know, it's time for new coaches to have the top 10, and we're superstar now, and me and my family, we have a new dream. But obviously she's still a coach, right? So I think that's really important, that, you know, for her, she wants it to be genuine and authentic to her, and it should be the same for you, whatever that looks like for you. Okay. All right. So now I would love for you. So typically we do this in person, normally the last night of summit. We'll all go out to eat, and we'll all just kind of decide, like, what is your goal by next summit? 1 year from today, what do you want to have accomplished in your business? So next summit, are you being recognized as a diamond, as a 1-star, as a premier coach, as an elite coach, as a 5-star, as a superstar? What is your goal for your business by next summit? I would love for you guys to throw them in the chat too, if you feel comfortable. Yes. Yes, as big as you want. Don't base your goal off, okay, what can I achieve in 1 year based off of what have I achieved in a year with the business, or blah, 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 blah. Don't put limitations on your goal. Emily, yes. Yes. Hannah's going for the top. Yes. Yeah, Ashley. Big scary goal. Yes. Yes. Okay, I love these. These are awesome. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, I want you to make that your goal for the end of the year instead. Okay? So 2 Januaries ago at Portland Super Saturday, she asked us what our end of year goal was. So we're all journaling, right? And then she said, okay, now I want you to cut that in half. And she said, the reason being is for most people, if your goal by next summit is XYZ, you won't even start working on it till next year. So you need to start working on that goal now. Because as we know in this business, it takes 3 to 6 months for the things that we want to come to fruition. So it's July, we have 5.5 months left of the year, right? How much closer can you be to that goal? And really, any timeline you give yourself in this business is realistic if you're willing to do the work. Okay, we have had too many examples of people doing the impossible over and over again. Sammy Glonick, for instance, Kelsey Hill, the youngest and fastest superstar diamond, 26 months at 23 years old. Okay, what the hell? And she just had a baby, so okay, right? Like anything in the business that you want is possible, right? That when people ask me, well, what's realistic for diamond? I'm like, you could go diamond today if you wanted. It's never a question of can you, it's do you want to? That's always the question, right? So whatever your goal is, I want you to start working towards it as if summit is the end of the year. So what does that look like, right? How are we going to create these goals for our team? So this picture is of me and Hannah last year down on the floor at Summit. So when you are Premier or Elite, you get to sit on the floor. Elite gets fancy tables. Premier, we're the redheaded stepchildren. We get some fucking bleacher chairs, but they have our name on it, and you get to bring a guest. So every day that we're at Summit, I invited a different coach to come sit down there with me, right? But I would much rather have you guys all have your own seats and be able to bring your coaches down there, okay? So how are we gonna create a team culture where success is for everyone, where everybody gets to sit on the floor, where we don't have people sitting up in the bleachers, but everybody can be down on the floor and we can all be together. So your fitness should be free. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you should be earning enough in commissions that you're not paying into the business. Even with the insane amount of products that we order every single month between me, my husband, and my stepsons, I've never paid to be a Beachbody coach, never once. I made enough in my first week as a coach to cover my Shakeology. I've never paid into the business, and you shouldn't be paying into the business either. Does that require work? Yes. It always requires work, okay? It's not just gonna happen. You're not just gonna earn $150 every single month just because you want to, right? But with consistency and with time, you can do that. And you decide how fast that you wanna do it. I earned enough in my first week to cover my expenses. Maybe that's not the case for you, but it doesn't mean it can't be, okay? But if we have new coaches coming in, which we have a ton, I did a presentation for a team tonight that I did a few weeks ago, and I forgot to update the slide. And the slide said our team was 773, but our team is actually 843, just in a couple weeks. So we have a lot of new coaches coming in. What if those new coaches coming in didn't know anything different than getting their products paid for? And that starts with us. So Success Club is the norm. You don't have to hit crazy numbers. That's never been a thing. But you should be helping 3 new people each month get started. 1, to cover your fitness. 2, to earn the Success Club trip. I mean, being forced to go on vacation is not a bad thing. I had never been on a cruise. I'd never been to Mexico. I would have never been to Punta Cana. Still haven't gone. But being forced to go on a vacation with you and your loved ones, I mean, that's not a bad gig, right? And Success Starters should be for the majority of coaches. Most new coaches should be getting, I'm not going to say all because that's just unrealistic, right? Not everyone's going to work the business. Most new coaches should be getting their first summit ticket for free. There should be no reason why new coaches aren't getting that. Because not to say that how a coach starts is how their trajectory is going to go, but for most people, they don't start off strong, they're not going to stay. And it's just a bummer. So if we can help newer coaches get started stronger, get their fitness paid for every single month, help them get to Emerald right away, help them earn that Success Starter ticket. And this year, a lot of people can be in test groups, which is really exciting. I mean, there's like 6 of you guys in the running program next month. Like, that's incredible, right? How cool is it that you get to do it with your teammates? When I did Morning Meltdown, it was just me. I didn't know anyone in there, right? You know, I don't think Kayla knew anyone in the MBF group. But how cool is it that so many of you guys get to do the running program together, okay? Emerald again each month. These are not huge metrics. Help 3 people, hit Success Club, go Emerald again. 2 of the 3 can be Emerald again. So really helping 3 people a month is not asking much. And I feel like we've had so many new coaches get started, and I've been asked so many times, like, what's realistic to hit Diamond? Again, there's really no timeline. You just decide when you want it. And, you know, we have proof. Several new coaches that got started last month are almost Diamond this month. It's whatever you want, right? But I think a realistic, everybody should hit it by going Emerald again is 4 months. That's 2 coaches a month. That's not overwhelming. And I think most people shy away from Diamond because the sound of 8 or 12 coaches sounds overwhelming. But 2 coaches a month is doable. And if everybody was on that wavelength, think of how many more leaders we would have on the team. So we want to create a team of leaders, not followers. We want to create a team where everybody gets to sit on the floor together, where everybody gets to wake up on Thursday and have a paycheck that helps their family. Whether you're just a cat mom or a dog mom or whatever your family structure looks like, your paycheck should be contributing towards the life that you're dreaming of. Should be helping you pay down debt if you have that. Should be helping you save up for a better house or a better car if that's your desire. Should be helping you give more to community if that's what you want to do. Should be helping you with a vacation home if that's your plan. Should not be taking away from your budget. Okay? And we want to make sure, again, that your fitness is free. So anything over that, that's just money in the bank for you and your family to do fun things. Okay. So how do we create this? Well, it starts with us. We need more leaders on the team. We need more people showing up in the team page, sharing their best practices. We need more people willing to be team cup captains. We need more people willing to share their tips and tricks, right? We need more people to show up in the team page. Kayla said to me, well, I wasn't sure if I could post in there because it's your team page. This is our team page. Everybody should be in there posting, shouting out their coaches, shouting out things that are going well for them, sharing if they're having a struggle and they need support, right? Hannah has been really great about, well, this is really working for me, or here's a PDF that I've created. Kristen's been really great about going in there and sharing motivation or sharing a struggle and how she's turning it around. Rachel's gone in there too. Alex goes live all the time. There should be more leaders in there. It's perfect practice for when you get your own team page. Just go in there now, share what's working for you, share what's on your heart, share your best practice, show up in the team page, because if you're adding coaches in there, your coaches should see you as a leader in the team page. So how do you become a leader? Practice. Show up in the team page, share what's working for you. Okay, if you're finding something that's like, oh, hey, here's a trick, hey, here's a this, share it in the team page, right? Emily shares a ton. Every time she gets any kind of cool challenge group thing, she shares it with us, right? Share it, share. So it starts with us. So if you want your coaches to become leaders, they're gonna do what you do. Okay, so we need to create a leadership culture, right? Harness the power of the team. Get your new coaches plugged in and help them find success. So we want to make sure that every new coach is getting a new coach welcome email. Whether you have your own, you use the one in the team page, whatever, doesn't really matter. Every coach that says they want to join the team should be getting a new coach welcome email, should have access to the trainings that either Team Rockstar Fit does, that we do. If your team has team trainings, whatever kind of training you want to use, people should be plugged in and knowing things. There's team calls every Monday. There's new coach calls every Thursday. There's so many opportunities for people to learn. Are you encouraging your new coaches to learn? There's so many opportunities to learn, okay? Show up in the team page, share the joy that you're finding, and encourage your new coaches to do that same thing. So if you're a team of one right now, or you're a diamond leader, but you don't really have anyone working the business, show up and be the best coach you can be. That's the only way that you're going to create success beyond yourself. And that's really what this business is all about. Like, success is awesome. I love accolades. I love titles. I'm into that. Maybe you're not. Doesn't really matter. But the best feeling I've ever had from this is watching other people find success, be able to pay their bills. There's nothing greater than that, than watching other women come into their power. And you have that gift and that responsibility to give that to others when you became a coach. So it starts with us. Okay, that's what I had for you guys. Ashley, did you want to share anything?
Yeah, that was so good. I love that. What really got me excited, you guys, was seeing everybody's goals for the next, for the next year till summit. And then when Danny said, "Oh yeah, now cut that in half," I totally remember that from, was that Beaver Creek or somewhere? Where were we? Oh, that was Portland. That was up in when Vito came up there. Gotcha. Okay, so what I wanted to say, kind of piggyback onto that with is say, when we're going for goals, just think about all of you guys. Many of you guys have had a sister that's gotten married. You've gotten married, or you're getting married. Okay. Or a friend that's gotten married. You know how much time you put in to thinking about the wedding, thinking about the day, planning the flowers. You have the vision. You know exactly what everything's gonna taste like. You know how the weather's gonna be, and how that's gonna feel like when you walk out the door and you see your crowd. You know what the music's going to sound like. You vision it. The vision is so strong. You spend so much time. You're in it all the day, and you all day long. I just remember I spent so much time on my stupid ass wedding. I mean, what? I can't believe I spent so much time. It's like Danny can probably relate when she's going to her Disneyland trips, all of the stuff. And the vision is so strong. You're not going to get to your goal if you just write it on paper now and it's there. So a couple of things that I would say is like, what will it feel like to get there, right, in the next couple of months? And that feeling, you need to have that feeling now. Feel that now. And the other thing is writing it out and speaking it out loud back to yourself. On the days that you don't feel good, just like you wrote your vision, what it's going to feel like, who's going to be around you. How are you going to celebrate? When Danny had those people, those you guys that came over to her house and celebrated her achievement with her, like that was huge. You got to build that up for yourself, because if we don't have, me too, I'm talking to myself. If we don't have that, then our goals are just going to be just dreams that are left dying on the paper. That's all I got to say. Anything else that you have, Danny, about that, like vision and mindset, and how you internalize that and live it every day, even on the days you don't feel like it?
Yeah, I think what happens is, typically we're in place at Summit, and we're all fired up, we're motivated, we've heard these incredible stories of success from the top coaches, we've watched the elite and superstar diamonds walk across the stage, and the legacy club members, and you're all in your feels, right? And you're like, next year I'm going to be a superstar diamond and I'm going to walk that stage. And then when the moment's gone, the feeling's gone, or you get a no, or you leave and a coach cancels and something stops you, and you no longer have that motivation because that moment has left you. And I see it too many times, coaches in those pictures aren't even on the team anymore. And they invested and they came to Summit and they're no longer even on the team, right? So Vito always says, like, be here a year from now. And you gotta be able to still keep moving forward when the motivation you felt in that moment is gone, because things will get hard. It's not gonna be an easy path to whatever goal you just put in the chat, right? Whether it's diamond, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15-star diamond, whatever you put in there, it's not just going to happen because we said it. But what I do know is that the team is moving at a very rapid pace, and that success is available to anyone. And that there's new coaches who joined 1 month, 2 months ago, who are one coach or two coaches away from diamond. So I know that success is available to anyone who just decides to go for it. And you just need to get out of your way. You need to write a new narrative. If you keep telling yourself that success is not for you, or that nobody wants to sign up with you, or you're not good at social media, the things you tell yourself is the reality that you're creating. So if you consistently tell yourself that you're not good at social media, you're not tech savvy, or you don't know how to get coaches started, or you're not good at leading, or everyone just wants to be a customer, et cetera, that's exactly what you'll find. Kristen told us that whatever you tell yourself, your brain will find evidence to support that. So what are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself that you can be a diamond by July 30th and come to Disneyland with us? Because it's available to every single person that wants to be a diamond and come with us. That is available, right? I don't know many leaders that offer that to people who aren't their personally sponsored coaches. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that doesn't happen, okay? So if you want to move your business forward, that's for you. That's for your family. That's for your achievement. That's for your success. That's for your paycheck. And your reward for doing that is getting to be a leader on the team and going to celebrate in Disneyland. So you just decide, do you want to go or not? And if the answer is yes, then you need to put in the work. And I know we have 9 days left, and maybe you're at one coach and you're like, there's no way I can get diamond in 9 days. And I promise you, someone has done something a lot greater than that in less time. So if you want it, it's available to you. If you need support, reach out. If you need someone to help you get on track, reach out. Lone Rangers will never find success. But those who lean into the team, those who try to be a part of this, and try is the word, because if you're just like, well, I just didn't feel it, I just didn't, if you don't get on the calls, obviously you're all on the call, but if you know coaches who don't get on the calls, they're probably not going to feel it. You got to be here. You got to be in person. You got to move your business if you want it to change your life. Okay? So I'm not in the same place I was 5 years ago because I decided to keep going. When people told me no, when people said mean things about me, when people tried to switch teams, when people quit, when people canceled, whatever, I've always kept going. Because I know that if I don't quit, I can't fail. And I know that my tribe, my team, my Disneyland retreat is going to happen if I don't give up. And you can decide that same thing. Whatever your dream is, you can have it. But you have to decide. So the goal you put in the chat is your end of year goal. So what are you going to do to make that happen? So you need to figure out what you need to achieve it. You need to figure out how much time we have. You have 23 weeks. Just so you know, 23 weeks until the end of the year. And now you need to reverse engineer, okay, what do I need to achieve in 12 weeks to be halfway to my goal? And you set those benchmarks so that you can actually move towards your goal. Instead of saying, I want to be diamond on July 30th, and here we are on July 20th, and you haven't done anything, you have to actually do something with this goal that you have set. And it's available to you if you just decide, and then you put the action in to do it. And if you need help, you have 42 people on the screen who can help you.
The other thing I would
Yeah, go ahead.
The other thing I would say is, I think what's really I found helpful is always sharing your dream with someone else. So those of you that have got that short-term goal with the Disney, sharing that with your audience, letting them know you are pushing for a goal to go to Disney, and I'm so excited. Why? How are you going to feel? You know, and enlisting them in your dream, and you'll be amazed at how many people will be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. I really want to help you. And, but you got to let them know for sure. And the other thing I think is a visual, putting out, I know that Danny does a really good job of putting on her team, like where you are in your rank to your diamond with what's like the open holes, like the future player or future teammate that's going to be there. And so I think that's really important. Also, having the list and making sure that you're doing the invites and the follow-ups. And the energy that you have, so important.
Fortune is in the follow-ups. I was scrolling back in the round table, just looking, and someone had made a post about how they didn't really know how to follow up. And someone commented and said, I built a 6-figure business on follow-ups. Again, whatever your goal is, I don't really care. But if you are only asking people one time, I would like anybody on this call who was asked one time and signed up to raise their hand. One. Megan, you're a diamond in the rough, baby. Okay? One person. And Rachel's pretty charming, so I get it, right? All right? But most people, you gotta ask a million times. I said yes on the 5th time. 5th time. Okay? I followed up with Hannah for 19 months. Kayleen watched me for 5 years. Carly for 4 years. Kelsey for 5 years. You cannot ask people one time. And if they say no or ghost, you're like, well, they're done. Cross them off forever. Again, ego has no place in coaching because you're going to have to ask more than one time, because if you don't ASK, you don't GET. Okay? And yeah, sometimes people are never asked. Stephanie was never asked. Okay? Jen commented on a post that I made and said, okay, I'll bite. And I was like, who's this cutie? Right? And now she's a diamond on our team. I never asked Kayleen because she does CrossFit and I thought she was going to be mean to me. Right? But she was watching me for 5 years. So you never know. But you cannot decide for people because of your fear or your doubt or worry about what they're going to say. Because you never know who's watching you for 5 years wishing they could do what you did. You never know. Okay, I'm going to stop recording. I